welcome back to Lazy Cow Reactions. This is Mood Swings. Ty and Amy's relationship is put in jeopardy when Ty's travel buddies, Grant and Blair, return to Heartland. I said in the first episode of season 4, we were going to see them again, at least Blair. And I was right. And I think with this Mood Swings, it says it's put in jeopardy because Amy's going to find out about Blair kissing him. And again, as we saw, he wasn't receptive, he basically stepped back and then of course was stiff when Blair hugged him. So, unlike when Amy kissed Chase and there was some feelings there and some reciprocation, I didn't see it with Ty. So obviously, that's going to come out. Amy's probably going to get all pissed off, why didn't you say something? Which, given what I've seen from the Fleming women, I can kind of see why he wouldn't tell her. Because Amy and Lou both seem to kind of get dramatic and overreact at times. So, obviously things are going to be okay. So it says it's put in jeopardy. But, of course, as we know, it'll work out. As I said, I can basically handle anything because I know that they end up together. Let's get started.
So you're like a free man or something?
Oh yeah, about the...
I don't know, I guess.
Look, don't tell anyone.
Your marriage wasn't legal. Just go to a JP and get remarried.
So they're not married.
Gonna
That's insane.
This could only happen to Caleb and Ashley, right?
Hey man, you look like hell.
punch him.
It's been sort of a bad week.
I knew it. I knew it was gonna punch him.
Oh, what the hell, man? Where's Blair?
Not a good thing in my line of work. No worries. The truth is, I've always wanted to try catering.
Also, country club deal, so I was thinking...
Oh, hey, you.
I'm guessing it's gonna go well. He said he was going to tell them.
Thinking about you.
I'm sorry. I was the reason the bad guys got away. He is. Amy told me everything.
We saw it. It meant nothing. She keeps saying you kissed Blair. And it's like, no, she kissed him. Blair kissed Ty. And, your natural reaction when someone kisses you, natural reaction might be to kiss back, at least at first. And then, once you realize what's going on, if it's not the person you love, then you're going to pull back. But it would be a natural reaction. It's like if someone smiles at you, you smile back. Or if they wave, you wave back. The natural reaction that you're just accustomed to. So if someone comes up to you and you're not expecting it and they kiss you, you might, like that just for a second until your brain catches up with the action. Our brains are not always functioning at 100% all the time. So if that happens, like that's what happened there, and then he stepped back and she talked about you led me on, and I'm like, how, he was very upfront with her when they arrived there at Heartland. Blair knew he had a girlfriend, she knew about Amy, and I'm sure that in Blair's mind, he probably did something, even if it was just like chatting with her and stuff like that. But of course to him, it's innocent. And I think that probably does happen more than we think. I think as women, we tend to think things like, a guy said hi to me, he likes me. When in reality, guy just said hi, guys just being nice, But we tend to blow it out of proportion. So, she's there like, you kissed Blair. It's like, no, Blair kissed him. Let's get that straight. Blair kissed him. Just as Chase kissed you. The difference is, you kissed Chase back. He didn't kiss Blair back because he wasn't interested. but you did have an attraction to Chase, and you mentioned that you did. So there's a difference there. Is it a technicality? Is it semantics? Maybe. But it's still a valid point. Go away, Blair.
No? Okay, let me tell you.
Amy. Why?
It just came out. I'm so sorry, I never meant.
You need to tell Amy. You need to tell her the truth.
Yeah.
Right now.
Is the question. You know, all this stuff always happens there. It's like, you know, Grant shows up again, and it's like, couldn't, like, you have met at, like, Maggie's or some other place? And I was starting to think that maybe Ashley wasn't going to say, let's end this, you know? I like what Caleb said, in order to keep you, I have to set you free. But I'm thinking, why don't you talk to her? You know, like, find out what she wants. You're making this decision for her. And maybe she had come to the realization that she does want to be with you. You know? I mean, again, they're making such a big deal about the fact that they aren't legally married. And again, my attitude is, why don't you just, if you did want to stay married, why don't you just go find a JP? Make it happen. I'm sure they have some there in Hudson. Or Vancouver, go to the next town over or something, and just do it. The fact that they didn't do that they didn't like think about it or do it, tells me that maybe they weren't really ready or something. Because if they were truly in love with each other and truly wanted to spend their lives, there would have been no stopping. You know, like if my SO and I got married and we found out that it wasn't legal, not only would I be pissed and probably go talk to the person whose license expired, but I would also be like, okay, well, if it wasn't legal, let's go find a JP, you know, or run to Vegas or something and make it legal as of right now. No big deal. Because I know what I want. And granted, they're what, like 18, 19? Did they get married young? Yes. But that's not necessarily to say that it's wrong and that they're not meant to be. You know, sometimes that happens. Sometimes couples get married at a young age and they stay happily married. I knew one girl at this old college job I worked at. She was married. She was in her early 20s. I think she was like 24 or so. 24, 25. And she was married. I think she and her husband had gotten married at 20. I honestly could not tell you if they are still together, so this might be a bad example. But, yeah, they were like 20 years old when they got married. Is it early? I mean, I thought so. I was like, you're 20 and married. But it was what was right for them. So, you know, if Ashley felt it was right, then Caleb made a mistake. And as I said, I know just from things I've looked at that he does get remarried at some point. So I knew obviously that he and Ashley are divorced. So I don't know if you can count it as divorce if the marriage is illegal. So maybe as time goes on, they do end up officially getting married, and then stuff happens. Because again, I'm only in season 4, and there's, 15 seasons to go. So, or not 15 seasons, but a total of 15 seasons. So a lot can happen. So they could go ahead and they could officially get married in season 5, break up in season 9, and he gets remarried in season 12 or something. So we got a lot to go through with them. And I like Ashley and Caleb together. I think they make a good couple. I think they work well. So I'm rooting for them. So now it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out with Ty and Blair and
Be careful.
Grant. Be awfully early though.
No.
Yes. I will.
Finally, it's about time you guys figured it out. Aw, that's so sweet what she did. The lights and the candles. That dress too.
Still taking off.
They broke up. She still has that. So if they did break up, shouldn't she take that off? And the Lou thing being pregnant is kind of predictable and kind of disappointing too, because they haven't been married that long and she's suddenly pregnant. It's like she's given her a few years. They've been married, what, 6 months, maybe a little longer, depending on the storyline. I mean, she got married in December and they're talking about fall. So, you know, they're back in school, so it's probably what, October, November, something like that. So, yeah, basically it's like it's only been like 9 months, and all of a sudden now she's pregnant. It hasn't even really been a year. Like, really? As someone who's child-free, it just seems really predictable that they are going that route and having moved. I mean, I knew it happened. I was just kind of hoping it would have been in a couple of seasons, like maybe season 7. And the Amy and Ty thing obviously is going to be okay. I'm glad that Ashley and Caleb finally got their heads out of their asses and decided that they were going to make a go of it for real. And I know Val thinks that she's doing the right thing, but as Ashley pointed out, you're embarrassed for you and your friends. It really has nothing to do with me, which is essentially correct. It doesn't. Ugh. You know, I'm in love with this show, but I gotta say it's getting frustrating with all the miscommunication and stuff. And again, I get it. And maybe it's because I'm seeing it from an adult perspective and not the perspective of like a 19, 20-year-old. If I was watching it like 20 years ago, maybe I would have had a different perspective on everything. But as an adult, I'm watching this like, okay, this is what you guys need to be doing. And it's like I said, it's a good thing I love this show because it's getting quite frustrating with all the miscommunication that goes on. It's like, it's a horse ranch. These guys are supposed to rehab horses. Why is there all this drama? You know? We got way too much drama going on here. Anyways, thank you for joining me for this reaction to episode 10 of Heartland. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have. I'm going to start episode 11 here soon. Looks like it's called Family Business, which makes me think of the Family Business Beer Company in Austin, Texas. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok, please. You can go ahead and see me post like clips of my videos and other things on Instagram, and then video clips on TikTok. Probably would use them a lot more if I got more subscribers on there. Also, if you can, support me on Patreon. I know money's tight for everyone right now, but you'll see I have 4 different levels. Even something as $3 a month would really help out, because it's $3 a month that I don't, because I'd love to be able to continue to do this. So if you can, support me on Patreon. Shout out to my editor. Thank you so much for all of your hard work. Her name is Captain Factory. You'll find her link in the description if you need her for your editing needs. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this react, and if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the notification bell to be alerted of future posts. And if you're watching this on Rumble, please hit subscribe and follow along for the rest of the Heartland Reacts. I'll see you next time. Bye.